What is going on, everyone? My name is Boit and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the right side of the map, playing as Set from the DoD clan. His name is Joe's opponent today in the red color, playing as Set also from the DoD clan. His name is Shelty. He's currently 2-0 in the finals of the RTS-Sanctuary Christmas tournament for Joe. Joe managing to take that second game on Midgard very handily. And really played a nice game of ISIS there, completely outplaying what Shelty was doing. But Shelty changing things up again, deciding not to stick with Norse, managing to go for a different god there. Nice little vision at the start of the game, checking out the giraffe here, managing to find those guys, so you can just send those villagers straight away, and you're picking up all of those goat. We are seeing Hyena of Set going to be trying to move in here and steal those goat. A little bit painful there, a little bit painful, but I feel like Shelty can grab those guys back if he feels like it. As we do see that's happening straight away there. Or even maybe him clicking on the goat and stopping that one. But we're going to see maybe something interesting here. Maybe Shelty's prepared something for the Set versus Set matchup. Joe, on the other hand, very good at his Set. That being said, I don't know if he's played a lot of Set mirrors. It's one of those ones where a lot of players pick Set as a counter god for certain matchups because Set's just super strong against it. And you can't exactly play Set the same as you play Isis in an Egyptian war because there's so many different options for Set. For example, like you can build animals. Rhinos are very cheap. You can do a lot of interesting tactics there. So we'll see if Joe's got anything prepared or Shelty's got anything prepared, or it's just going to be that standard fast heroic, Migdal stronghold, siege towers, air testers, push. Whoever can micro the best wins, or if they come out with something exciting. Anyways, map being Savannah, lots of hunt, lots of things you can convert, send the priest around, find those rhinos, baboons, and a zebra. What else is here? We've got a couple of elephant in the corner. If we jump over to Shelty's perspective, he has not really spotted anything. There is a lion here, which is quite nice. I'd always be interested to see if someone would build a second priest straight away, but I guess you don't get hunting dogs, so that's pretty bad. But maybe it would be worth it so you get the extra hunt. But Shelty, Joe, what's Joe spotted? Joe is converting lions. Always lions are great. They're a very strong unit. They have that 8 hack damage and they're very fast, so they can scout the map very quickly. And you can grab those elephants as well if he moves over here. Generally, you do want to convert these just because killing them takes kind of a long time. So it's an okay idea. I didn't realize the conversion times on animals were so different. Set conversion time is 30 seconds for the lions and 70 seconds for elephants, so it's huge. Anyways, if we jump back over to Shelty's perspective, both players have got very similar build orders. In fact, it's exactly the same. We're seeing houses go up, no monument just yet, no villages onto wood, or are we seeing villages go to wood now? Nope, they're moving into the corner for those zebra. And Joe doing the same thing, except moving them all onto the giraffe here instead of onto a separate hunting patch. It's one of those things that that some Egyptian players do well is they abuse their pharaoh very good, but they can get hit with a lot of idle income food and fall into a trap. But with this many giraffes, I can understand sending all of your food villages to this location. So we're going to see Joe hitting that classical H super fast, as well as Shelty, but Shelty looks like he's going to be just a little bit behind Joe. Temple is going up. Joe's temple is also going up, both at exactly the same time. It's like they've decided what build order they're going to use and they just copied each other. Maybe Joe's got just a little bit more income than Shelty at this point, potentially. I'm not sure why there's such a difference in score if they're doing exactly the same thing, but I am expecting to see both players go Tar. There's no real option for Anubis in this matchup just because Priest completely shut down Anubis or Anubite play, and essentially Tar is just so good with shifting sands. You can shift away your opponents. You can cast Ancestors and shift away your opponent's priests, and that way they can't deal with it that well. If we check out Joe's perspective, he's going to be advancing now. Has picked Tar as the god, and so is Shelty. So both players doing the same thing. I'm still a little bit confused as to why this is like the new norm where players don't get wood in the classical age. They're not advancing that much faster than they used to. He's going to be hitting the classical age at like 445, and I'm fairly certain if you chuck 1 or 2 villagers onto wood early, you can afford pickaxe and still be in this same situation. You can take them off there as well once you get 120 if you don't want to continue chopping wood. That's one thing that I don't see from a lot of these new school players, shifting their economy around to suit what they need and not getting one resource more than they need for it. But we are seeing a little bit of a wall going on over here and a little bit more conversion over in this location, grabbing all of those lines. Big win there for Joe, as opposed to what Shelty's doing, which I'm not sure where his priest is. Maybe it got picked off and I missed it because I'm bad at this shoutcasting business. It looks like I am, and it looks like Joe did manage to pick off a priest there, so that's why he's in front of Shelty by so far in the score. And it looks like Joe's looking to go straight to the second town center. I was going to say Mythic Age because he has a fairly large amount of food, but fast 2 town centers is the go. If we jump over to Shelty's perspective, Shelty is going to be differing at all. It looks like he is going for, I'm not sure what he's doing. He's going for this town center, it looks like. It's a little bit late. Generally, when you do these fast second town center plays, you want to be grabbing those town centers as soon as you hit the classical age. So when it comes down to this game and this matchup, where both players playing the same thing, it's the small things that set you in front of your opponent. So grabbing this town center early, nice crisp build order, it's going to set you further ahead of your opponent. If you screw up your build order, it's fine, you still got to play the game, but trying to be as crisp as you can is how you get to the highest level. And having this town center going up a minute or like starting by the time this one finishes, it's going to hurt Shelty quite a bit. Joe's going to be able to come out ahead in the economy and squeeze out more units. We are seeing an armory going down for Joe. Joe should probably realize that Shelty is going for a second town center as well. He has scattered that one out, so it is going up. He does have access to these baboons though if he feels like moving over there. He's also got a rhinoceros here that he can eat, so it's going to be totally fine there. So we're just going to be able to see who can get to that heroic age as fast as they possibly can off the 2 town centers, and then who can put as much pressure on as possible. I actually think that this map is a little bit unfair given the gold mine back here. Now, Shelty or Joe on a Savannah map, you should be able to go fast heroic and then gold starve. There shouldn't be any safe gold mines on Savannah. So when there are safe spawns, it does make me a little bit sad because you need to be able to defend against your gold mine. So you have to play for that. And sometimes going for that fast second town center on Savannah can lead to getting gold starved because all the gold mines are generally forward. We do see gold mine here and gold mine here. Both forward gold mines for Shelty, so that's a little bit unfortunate there that Joe's managed to get a nice safe back gold mine here that Shelty's not going to be able to deal with. That being said, Shelty did not go for a fast heroic, so it doesn't really matter in the slightest. I'm going to see these elephants start get eaten here. Still no heroic age there for either player. Spamming villagers as best as they can. Has managed to find a couple of goat there, which is a little bit nice for Shelty, but no real action at this point. Armory is going up. Armory takes so long as Egyptians. It takes 91 seconds to build it. It is free, but when you think about it, a minute of build time is worth something. I'm not sure it's worth 150 wood, but a minute of build time is still worth something, and Egyptian buildings are generally cheaper than your opponents. So that's kind of the trade-off you get playing Egyptian. You get free buildings, but they take longer, so you can actually... The trade-off. Is it a trade-off? I don't know. I don't know. You guys can beat a decision. So do you like... Or do you think it's fair that Egyptian don't have to pay money for their buildings, but they have to pay villager working time? What else is going on? We're seeing some nice walls coming in here for Joe. Joe's playing pretty aggressive with that. These walls get bashed down so fast though, so it's not going to be that big of a deal. We do see that priest has picked up a relic. What is it? The Trios bow. That's an amazing relic. Getting 2 extra range on your chariot archers means you can hit and run and deal an incredible amount of damage. Are there any other relics on the map that we see? There should be one more, but maybe it's been picked up. Nope. I do not see any other relics. That's a little bit sad. If I hit this button, no, that doesn't do it. Okay, no other relic. Only one relic. That's a little bit weird. Normally there's a spawn of 2. So, oh no, here it is. What is it? Okay, Anvil of Hephaestus, or Hephaestus. However you say it. We are seeing Nephthys is coming through for Joe. Shelty is also going through Nephthys. Managed to get there a little bit earlier, which I like. So Shelty's going to be able to bring back a little bit of that timing you lost on the first town center by getting to that second age very, very fast. Going to be able to chuck up his Migdol stronghold and going to have to deal with the archer line of sight and range bonus that Trios Bow gives Joe. So that's a bit of an unfortunate relic to be seen there, as well as Anvil of Hephaestus. Having 10% armory research cost basically means that Shelty is almost like Isis. I think it's 10%. Is it 10%? 15. Yeah, it's a 10% decrease in research as your bonus for Isis. So that's pretty good for Joe. He's used to seeing that, and we are seeing line getting picked off here. Third town center going up for Joe here. So I really hope that Shelty doesn't think, oh, he's going for his third town center, I can play aggressive now and gold staff, which generally you would be able to do, but because Joe's got this back town center, he's going to be totally fine. We are seeing Migdol Stronghold going up for Joe. And where's the Migdol Stronghold of Shelty? No Migdol Stronghold. Is he going fast mythic? Yeah, it looks like, but he's got so much wood income. He got 800. He's gone for a second. I'm confused. Shelty, make your mind up. What are you doing? You got to build a Migdol. Where's your Migdol? He's moving units in, and he's not building a Migdol stronghold. And he's got 900 food in the bank. He's got idle villages on his town center. Let's wake up. Come on, Shelty. You can do this. You can do this, boy. Let's see some stuff happening. We're seeing the Migdol stronghold going up in the middle of the map. Oh god, your opponent's already got the Migdol up, so he can outproduce you, and then he can put the pressure on here. This is not what you want to do. It's not really getting you any map control. It's this like natural barrier here, I guess, means you can control the path through here, but your opponent can just move through this location, or this location, or this location, or this location, wherever he feels like. Wall is getting broken though, so Joe's gonna have to deal with that. I guess, that being said, Shelty is able to get this Migdol up without any problems because the third town center is going, but probably could have taken a bit of a better position there. It's not protecting anything. He can move forward and grab the gold. We are seeing Siege Workshop going up. Jared Archers are getting spammed now. So Joe's sitting out, Shelty's sitting at 83 population and Joe's sitting at 105 population. Also, Joe's got way more priests than Shelty does. How many does he have? He's got 5 priests and the pharaoh here, so that's huge. That's a big advantage there. We definitely need to see some priests coming in. I generally think the magic number to defeat ancestors without taking too many losses is 7 plus your pharaoh, or maybe it's 7 without your pharaoh, or 5 with your pharaoh. Just because you kill the ancestors as they spawn, so that they don't do any damage. That's the general gist, and you have to micro very, very well to be able to do that. We are seeing these chariot archers moving in here, going to be trying to pick up the pharaoh there, doing a nice little bit of damage there, but with that trios bow, these chariot archers are going to be able to hit your opponent's chariot archers fast. So we are seeing nice micro from the priest onto the scorpion man there, picking that one off right away. We are seeing these chariot archers trying to pick off everything else. Aiming down the priest is what you want to start with. Pick off the priest first so your ancestors does more damage to your opponent. One of the big differences between the Isis War and the Set War is both players can cast ancestors at the same time, but it still is important to kill off your opponent's ancestors so yours can do more damage. So killing off all the priests going to be very, very good. We are seeing a bunch of siege works are up now for Shelty, so Shelty's going to be able to build 2 siege towers at a time plus chariot. She's got 14 villages on wood, which is going to be plenty enough to be keeping up this production spam as we see them coming out very, very fast. If we jump over to Joe's perspective, Joe's sitting at 127 population, Shelty taking over the population, so he's actually going to be able to move in and start doing some real damage. However, what is he going to be able to take from it? If he moves in and kicks off the houses, that's cool. Can he pick off the Migdol stronghold and then move over to this town center? We're seeing a second Migdol going up for Joe, so he's going to be able to keep that spam going as well. Joe's got a lot of resources in the bank. Definitely too many villagers on the gold, but he's basically hit that max villager point already. It's only 11 minutes in the game. He's already got like 70 villagers. 80 is the max, so he's going to be maxing out pretty soon there. We jump over to Shelter's perspective. Not quite in the same situation there. A little bit less on the wood, which I do like, which means means you can start transitioning into potentially some war elephant, which is what you want to do. Definitely don't want to be focusing down an invincible camel. If camels run, and they do not take any damage from those chariot archers. As long as they're running in a straight line, they don't take any damage. We are seeing that chariot archers are moving in for Joe here. With that trios bow, they can just siege from ages away. What you really want to do though with those siege towers is attempt to fight your opponent and have your siege towers right on the line of the chariots. Once they kill a chariot, they will refocus on the closest thing. And also you could even do some stellar micro by garrisoning your chariots into the Migdol stronghold as the chariot archers throw their stuff. We are seeing Ancestors is coming out here. 2 siege towers only though for Joe. Another Ancestors is getting cast here. Unfortunately there, Shelty misclicked his chariot archers, trying to pick off those priests at this point. You need to get that micro happening, kill off all of these Ancestors as fast as you can. Not having that many priests here was just going to make it pretty difficult. We are seeing a lot of priests for Joe, picking off all of the Ancestor minions, doing really well here, and it looks like this is maybe going to be going in the favor of Joe with that heavy chariot upgrade, dealing so much damage, able to survive for quite a while. These siege towers picked off both of those siege workshops, and Shelty does not have any other Migdol stronghold. He might want to consider chucking up some more Migdol strongholds in a different location, and this push is going to be huge because this gold mine here is going to be running out of gold soon. Sitting at 4,000, I guess not too soon, but seeing at 4,000 gold is probably going to be a little bit later. Oh, we are seeing Shelty going through Horus. I like this a lot. I like it. Joe, not that close. He only has 8 villages on food, so it's quite a way away from the Mythic Age. So, I guess Joe can, Shelty can use his Horus on this location, or potentially this location or this location, and he can start getting those catapult out in order to siege. He does need to probably get some melee units in order to deal with the siege towers, if that's spearmen or if that's cavalry, it doesn't really matter. If we jump over to Shelty's perspective, he does need to get another Migdol stronghold. Where is he going to build it though? He is sending something somewhere? No, nothing, nowhere. Sitting at 120 population of 145 to Joe's 145 of 145. Joe looks like he can potentially hit the Mythic Age very fast if he stops building units. He's got no villages getting produced. He's spending no real food. So if he cancels these, he is building camels. If he cancels that and starts trading his resources a little bit, he could be advancing very quickly. We are seeing these chariot archers going to be looking to find the villages over here, with the gold mine running out very slowly. We have finally reproduced that Migdol stronghold. But Shelty could probably build a second Migdol stronghold in order to keep up production, considering that's what Joe did. So take a little bit of a lesson there. We are seeing that these heavy chariots are going to be moving in here and starting to throw volleys of arrows at those villagers, and the reaction time of Shelty a little bit slow here. Needs to get up here, needs to pull these guys off the line. He is taking a little bit of damage from everywhere at this point. Still no real reaction. Moving the villagers off the gold line, taking quite a significant amount of losses there. We are going to be seeing those animals are going to be spawning. Another Migdol stronghold going down for Shelty. Bunch of idle villages here is not what you want to see. Shelty can cast a tornado somewhere and deal a lot of damage to what Joe has, but is it going to be enough if we jump over to Joe's perspective? Is he going? He is going to the Mythic Age through his own Horus. So the damage which Shelty deals to Joe, Joe can deal back to Shelty. This is essentially a mirrored game, both players doing exactly the same things, but Joe just playing a little bit better at this point in the game. It looks like he needs, Shelty might want to consider grabbing those heavy chariot archers and all that other good stuff. If we jump over here and we check out the armory upgrades, has gotten the copper weapons, which is always nice. I'm still a little bit confused as to, he's doing a shifting sands play? Going for a shifting sands play, I like it. So where is he going to be going? He's going to this location here, and he's going to be shifting his dudes over to this location. He doesn't have all too much in order to do this though. He's going to be able to get that location here with the shift, and then he's going to be able to build it super fast with all of the army over here. We are moving in to this location here. Picking off this market would be big, but basically just get those villagers over onto this settlement here. build that somewhat up, and then you got a huge advantage here with that 4-2 town center advantage that you normally see. But it's a nice play there, grabbing a back town center, get that Pharaoh onto that guy right there with those rhinoceroses set, super strong. If we jump over to Joe's perspective, Joe, oh, he's changed his god. He's going through Thoth. He's deciding, nope, I'm not a fan of Horus. I'm going Thoth. I want to have the fast Migdol stronghold production. But is that going to be enough? Thoth can't one-hit a town center. Oh, nice shifting sands there. Moving these guys, well, not that many of them though, unfortunately. So this fight probably going to go in the favor of Shelty. And then he can defend against these siege towers because there's not really anything else here. He can produce a bunch of those mercenaries, producing them straight away. Migdol stronghold going up as well. This is huge for Shelty. Super good play. We are seeing Thoth coming in. Going to cast that straight away on this location, I reckon. Or potentially somewhere else. We are seeing the Phoenix is coming through. And we are seeing Thoth getting thrown down. But this may be enough. We are seeing those villagers garrisoning into the town center. Moving out. Going to be attempting to pick off those siege towers. Is this going to be enough though? I think it might be. Pharaoh could potentially build something else at this location here. But looks like this is going to be cleaned up a little bit. Shelty's got those chariot archers that are getting picked off, and it looks like this is going to be able to be defended. Nice play there from Joe. More chariot archers are moving in. There's a couple of idle guys over here, and they're just being a little bit slow here. But I guess if Shelty can hang on and prevent this town center from going back up, no, Shelty decides it's not possible. Shelty decides that he cannot hang on at all. Wow, that's pretty crazy. Joe's up 3-0 in this best of 7 series. If he wins one more game, he takes the series home, and he is crowned the RTS-Sanctuary Christmas Tournament of 2018/2019, the champion. So we'll see if he can do that. This is super interesting. I honestly didn't think Shelty was as far behind as he was. If we check out the economy score, he's a little bit behind on the economy, but he's got a similar amount of villages. So and he wasn't down on anything over here. I guess he just didn't have a trade route set up. That was the only difference in the economy. And I do think if he played a strong late game here, he would have been able to recover a little bit while Joe had to get this town center back. And Thoth versus Horus is a bit of a muchness as to which is better. You can definitely get Horus Spearmen out to deal with those Thoth elephants, and it's totally fine. A little bit disappointed in the early resignation there from Shelty. He was behind, but he wasn't out of the game. Anyways, if you enjoyed this game, please rate, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell if you want to see my videos as soon as they come out. My name is Boit, and I'll see you guys next time.